What is up, everybody? I'm doing a live stream, obviously, as you can tell. Questions, comments, anything fitness related, let me know. Give it some time for people to come in. You guys are coming in. You guys can ask me anything fitness related about gaining muscle, getting stronger, losing or gaining weight. You can ask me stuff about MMA. I love watching MMA, video games. Yeah, pretty much anything you want. What up, man? What up, Gabe Gaming? How you doing? How's your day been? My day's been busy. Busy, busy, busy. My day's been super busy. I've been running around doing some bank stuff. Opened up a savings account. Are you starting to try and bulk? How many calories are you eating? What are your stats if you don't mind me asking? Your height, weight, and body fat percentage if you know it. My weight's kind of plateaued a little bit. I was gaining because I'm trying to gain right now because of my because I'm trying to get stronger. But I guess I kind of plateaued. I weigh like 207 right now. 207. That's how much I'm weighing right now. I'm trying to I'm trying to I don't want to say I'm trying to keep gaining, but I'm trying to eat a lot of food so I can stay strong. And other than that, I mean, I got about 6 weeks until I cut. Yeah, but I'm starting my intensity block, so I'm lifting heavier. It's real nice. A little bit heavier. And I am enjoying getting back to working out. Finished my deload last week, and I did not like. I mean, the deloads are cool, but I get tired of just resting. So resting. I know. You're 5'8", 160, and want to get to 165 and 170. Oh shit! I outweigh you by a lot. We're the same height, and I weigh 207. I outweigh you by a lot. Well, I don't even think genetically, like, if I were to try to keep the same amount of muscle, I couldn't even get to 160. I'm not sure if it's really crazy accurate. It's probably not very accurate, but it's probably within the ballpark. There's this website I put on my stats to, and it basically tells me what my genetic lowest weight limit is. Uh, like my muscular potential, and it's a decent website, but it says it's 162. Yeah. That's I'm not saying that means I'm like I have a little bit of fat on me, but that's the point, and it's a good 207. It's not like a I can't do shit weight 207. Like it's weight that I need to put on to be able to lift the weights that I'm pushing. You know, like I'm not gonna be able to pull 500 on deadlift if I'm not increasing my calories. Yeah, I gotta keep my calories up. So and I can get down like there's no way I could get down on 160 right now. I mean, I'm talking about I'd have to be like 2% body fat to be like 160, 162 right now. I'd have to be too fucking low. Oh, you were a bad 203 and then you lost a lot? Yeah, see, that's what it is. It's like about weight. It's basically like, yeah, just you could be a little bit heavier or a little bit lighter, but it kind of determines like I mean, it's kind of a lot based on like how what you can do with it. Like I'm not saying being overweight is good, but if you have a tiny bit more fat on you, but you're able to do pull-ups, your cardio is good, you're lifting a lot of weight, you're very mobile, that's great, you know. But then there's people like you said, they do weigh a little bit more, and then they're just not handling it well. It's all bad weight, no muscle, all fat, and it's just not healthy, you know. I meet skinny people all the time that when they get into the gym, they can't do a single pull up. They can't do a single pull up, and that's not good. I mean, outweigh them, and I'm more body fat, and I can still do more pull ups than them, and it's just not good, you know. But that's good though. From 203 down to 160, that's a huge improvement. That's a really big improvement. Oh, and Gabe, I've been looking up a lot of stuff, and I think that I think that the Star Wars universe is just more powerful than the Halo universe, from what I think. I've looked that up. I don't like. I was reading on it, and like I'm on this website, and it's telling me shit that the what is it? The Jedi Masters could do, and it's not. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like it says right here that one of this guy Darth Bane could catch every raindrop from with his lightsaber during a rain. Like that's fucking crazy. So, yeah, so I've been looking it up, and I kind of came to the conclusion that the Star Wars are they're a lot stronger. Yeah, they're too strong. I would have to put up a different universe. Like I think Dante from Devil May Cry could probably take on every Jedi at once. I think he could. You said I finally hit a point where I'm getting a bit weaker, so I want to surplus. Make sure you're lifting hard, lifting good, lifting consistently, and make sure you're eating enough protein too during your surplus. Just don't let the surplus go to waste. If you're eating a surplus and you're not working out as hard, or you're skipping workouts, or you're getting your surplus from all bad food, um, that's not good. Yeah, you don't want to get your surplus from all bad food. You said you know the planet explosions. The ninth movie recently made it so each ship can destroy planets. Yeah, see, in the Halo universe, they can definitely destroy planets, but it's not. I don't know. Well, actually, the ships can do it with the bomb. It's not so much that you're. It's. I think it's just you guys are more advanced. It's just more advanced. I think that if the Covenant fought you, the Covenant would be the problem is it's the Jedi's that are the hard part. I think the Covenant could keep up with you technology wise. I mean, they got some. They're more advanced than the UNSC is. UNSC. The Covenant's a different faction in Halo. It's like the alien faction, or the Forerunners. I believe could keep up with the Forerunners. I think could keep up with you guys for sure. It, yeah, that's the hard part. Eating all healthy, and the thing is, you don't always have to eat healthy, man. You especially if you're trying to gain weight, you can eat a bad meal here and there. It's probably the one time you can eat a bad meal. When you're trying to cut, eating a bad meals can really mess up your progress if it's too often. Do you know the covenant size though? A shout out to Dixie Wrecked. What do you mean, like now or in one of my videos or? No, I know what you were doing. Dixie Wrecked, but I mean like I'm asking you, where do you want me to do that at? You have better in you, Ernesto. I know you got better in you. You're living down here. You need to start living up here, man. You got to go up like 3 notches. Yeah, but Gabe, do you know how big the Covenant is? Or how you doing, Ernesto? Though you doing good? Yeah, but that's kind of implied due stupidity, though. They didn't really they didn't take them. They didn't, you know. Okay, then what about the Forerunners? The Forerunners in Halo, they made the Halo rings. I'm pretty sure, and the Halo rings could destroy an entire galaxy. So that's pretty strong, and they were crazy advanced. Yeah, the Forerunners are strong as shit. Bro, yeah, I don't think you guys are beating the Forerunners, man. I'm like, reading on it right now, and they're crazy. Yes, I think it's the flood that was kind of like their weakness. Like it even said that at their height, the Forerunners were controlling 3 million worlds. Yeah, see, the Forerunners had some crazy engineering feats too. They were like a super advanced civilization. Oh, it's funny. I'm reading this thing that talks about that's talking about the Forerunners, and it's mentioning Star Wars in here. It's funny. It says, I'm going to discuss the Dyson shell in great detail because it's genuinely one of the most interesting aspects of Forerunner engineering as a factor of sheer scale and technology alone, and much like what the Death Star represents for the Galactic Empire. The shell represents what a limited number of Forerunners can accomplish with a fraction of their resources when properly motivated. The sharpened shield is roughly 300 million kilometers in diameter, with a G2 type star slightly smaller than Sol at the core. With a volume of roughly 7 septillion, she boasted a habitable surface area of 255 quadrillion kilometers. No, I think Star Wars could be. I'll concede that I think that they can beat the UNSC and possibly the Covenant too, but I don't think they could take the Forerunners. I really don't think. And remember, we're talking the best of the Forerunners versus the best of the Star Wars. I mean, the Forerunners are fucking nuts. Like they're nuts. I mean, think about it. The Halo ring is that's like look at the technology of that. The Halo ring was made by the Forerunners, and it's like a habitable world combined with being a galactic nuke. I mean, they could kill everybody. I mean, it even says right here. Yeah, it says right here. Um, even if the diet wait, it's talking about building these things. It says even if the Didact began construction of the project immediately following the end of the Human Forerunner War, and it continued up until his exile in an 8,000 year time period, as a lower limit, the Forerunners would have to assemble 1.1 million cubic kilometers of material per second. It says, and it's funny, he's using Star Wars references. To build the sharpened shield, it says that to put it into accepted Star Wars versus ST parlance, that's the equivalent of manufacturing the second Death Star every 5 minutes nonstop for nearly 8,000 years. or stripping away an Earth-sized planet every 9 days. So yeah, I don't know. Foreigners are fucking nuts. I don't really know much about them, just a little bit, but like based on some of the books and stuff, some of the Spartans would come into contact with some of like the Forerunner. I don't know. You can read it. I'll put the link. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here you go. It's like the fourth post down. You'll see it. It's the fourth post down in this tab. Baby Blue Zimmerman said, "Do I think McGregor beats Masvidal? Hell no. Hell no. Uh-uh. I think McGregor has a possibility of winning, but he's not going to outpoint Masvidal. And do I think he's going to knock Masvidal out? No. So if he's not going to outpoint Masvidal, do I think he's going to knock him out? No. Now, has McGregor ever been knocked out? No, he has not. He's only lost by... He's only been submitted. He's been submitted in every single loss. He's never lost by decision, and he's never been knocked out. He had two submission losses before he came into the UFC, and in the UFC, he lost by rear naked choke to Nate Diaz, and then he lost by, what was it, neck crank to Khabib Nurmagomedov, or I think it was rear naked choke. So no, I think Masvidal, better cardio, and I think Masvidal can outpoint him. Or Masvidal could potentially submit him, in my opinion. And who knows? Maybe Masvidal could be the first one to knock him out. I don't think Conor's winning that. I want Masvidal to fight Usman though. Just stuff on the top. Why? And clothes. Why? Boxes and some stuff. Why are you putting all the exclamation marks and question marks? Well, Zimmerman, what do you think? Who do you think wins that? I want Masvidal to fight Usman. I don't like Usman. I can see in my camera right here, Stephanie. I can see. There's a little demo of what the camera sees. Oh, you weirdo. Usman, okay, look, you're right. Usman is not the best matchup for Jorge. Very good wrestling, a very heavy pace, but based off what I know, I need to get to 3K. So Stephanie, give me the 3K. Zimmerman, even though he is a bad matchup, I personally think, based off the post fight interviews, I think Usman is scared of Masvidal. I think Usman is scared of Masvidal, and I think Usman can. I think he could definitely, based off the punches he was taking from Colby, I think he could definitely get knocked out. I think Masvidal is going to be, he hits really fucking hard, and he's not going to be gun shy like Woodley was, in my opinion, at all. So yeah, I think that it is a bad matchup, but I think that if Usman, even if Masvidal can keep it standing even a little bit, I think he has a good chance of knocking him out. That's just my opinion, but I do think you're right. The wrestling and pressure style of Usman is definitely not a good matchup for Jorge, but I think Jorge can win it by far. And I don't like Usman. I hope Usman gets his face rearranged. I mean, it's nothing personal, but I just don't. He's so fucking boring. Gabe said, "What is Team No Cabs, and why would you love to join it?" I don't know if you're trying to be funny or what. Or you're asking because I said that on my video. On Omar Isuf's channel, they always commenting Team No Cabs, and I don't know. I ain't trying to be part of Team No Cabs. I want cabs, man. I want my calves to be jacked. Usman is durable, but Colby he's not a knockout artist. He's a volume striker. All those and even though he was eating them, you can't deny that some of those are hurting him. You can tell. He can keep a poker face all he wants, but they were hurting him. And he even said in the post-fight interview that Colby was getting him with some good shots. Masvidal's gonna hit way harder than that. Way harder than that. It's not. I mean, if Masvidal can knock out Darren Till and Darren Till's big as fuck, I mean, I think that's Darren Till's only knockout loss was to Masvidal. Masvidal, he hits hard, so you're right. Usman is durable, but I don't. When's the last time he took a shot? He didn't take any shots from Woodley because Woodley didn't fucking throw anything. And there was a point in that fight with Woodley, if you look at it, I think it was in round 4, where even Woodley was tired of shit. He did land a good shot, and Usman gets hit and turns to the right, and it clearly hurt him bad. And everyone talked about it. They even asked him in the post-fight interview, Woodley. They said, "Do you remember landing that shot?" And he said he didn't remember, but everyone was talking about it in the comments. See, the thing is, I'm not saying. I'll bet you. I'm not saying that Usman and Magic Shots. What's up, man? Appreciate you stopping by. Let me know how your day's going, Magic. Appreciate it. But Zimmerman, I'm not saying that Usman wouldn't win. I would just bet you for fun, but I'm not saying Usman couldn't win. I can easily see this happening. I can easily see the fight starting, and I can see Usman doing what he normally does, standing up with him for a little bit, finding an opening, pressuring him, and taking him down. And even though Jorge tries to say his cardio is not bad, I don't think his cardio is going to be able to keep up with Usman's. Now, what I think is Usman is, I do think, and you can check the interview beforehand, Usman, I do think that he was taking EPO based off the reaction he gave before the fight when Colby kept pointing it out. So I think he was taking EPO before. That makes me not like him. I think he has a boring personality. I mean, even Masvidal said it best. The guy has 17 personalities, and not one of them was made for TV. I think he's scared of Masvidal. That's why he keeps calling out Leon Edwards, even though Leon Edwards is ranked below Masvidal, and he already beat Edwards. Man, fuck that. I want him to fight Masvidal. I think he's scared of Masvidal. I do. Now, I'm not saying he can't win, but I want Masvidal to win, and then I think Masvidal can knock him out. I think Masvidal can knock him out. It was suspect as fuck, man. It was so suspect. That shit makes me mad. He looked too, and he was part of the Black Zillions at the time. Come on, are you fucking serious? Really? He was part of the Black Zillions, right? And they weren't like most of them on shit. You're not natural. No, you're not natural. You're not natural. I ain't buying that bullshit. I just don't. He's a great fighter, and on a personal level, I have no issue with him. It's just, maybe it is personal. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I just don't like his personality. It was suspect. I do think he was on shit. He looked guilty as fuck, and then I don't like him. Like the post fight, it's so corny. Who? Masvidal? Who? Man, fuck you. You know who Masvidal is. You just don't want to fight him. It's plain and simple. Everyone else is tied up. He just beat Colby. Leon's fighting Tyron Woodley over in the UK. The only one left is Masvidal. And then Conor had every opportunity to call him out at the end of the fight, and he didn't call him out at the end of the fight. He could have directly pinpointed Masvidal. I don't think Conor wants that Masvidal fight. He says he does. Yeah, he needs to save face. I don't think he wants that Masvidal fight. I think Conor wants the Usman fight, or Conor wants some other fight. I don't think he wants the Masvidal fight. I want Masvidal to fight Usman, and Conor can fight whoever the fuck else he wants. He said he wants one more fight before the Khabib fight, so he could fight someone else. Get another tune-up fight, you know? He could tickle his pickle by getting some other tuna fight, and then he can go back to fight Khabib and lose that one again because I think he's gonna lose it again. But I don't know. Who do you have in that fight, Zimmerman? Do you have uh oh fight? Yeah, see, you don't. And then, yeah, just his reaction. But yeah, you're right though. He's. I mean, look at Colby. Colby has a good gas tank, and he's not built like that. Look at Woodley. Not built like that. Doesn't have crazy cardio. Look at Yoel Romero, jacked as fuck. Doesn't have cardio like that. Um. So, hey, but Zimmerman, who do you have in the I don't know if we talked about this already. Who do you have in the Ferguson Nurmagomedov fight? If it even comes to fruition, because I mean, we got to keep Tony from tripping over a wire. You know how that fucking works. Uh, Gabe said, "How's the Duolingo process going?" Oh, it's going great, man. It's going great. I did my Spanish yesterday. I've been doing it every single day. Um, yep, it's all practice. Um, just doing it. I actually went to the college today to start back up in college to finish my degree in exercise science. But who knows? I might take a Spanish class when I'm in there. You know, as long as it's not gonna cost me any extra whatever. But I was in the military, so I get to use the GI Bill anyways. How many languages do you speak, Gabe? See, I agree with you, Zimmerman. I could if someone put a gun to my head and made me bet, I'd probably go Khabib. But do I think that Tony has no chance? No, I think Tony has a good chance. I think that everyone's scared of Khabib on the ground, but I think Tony's just gonna fully accept it. Even Eddie Bravo was talking about that. Tony's game plan's not gonna go in there to not get taken down. He's gonna try to stand up with him and fuck him up, but if he gets taken to the ground, it's gonna try to fight off his back. So, what other fights do we have before then? UFC 240. Oh, the John Jones Reyes fight, Dominic Reyes. Thanks, Gabe. I appreciate it. How many languages do you speak, Gabe? Do you speak more than one, or is it just English? And you could try Duolingo too, man. It's free. Duolingo is completely free. All you got to do is like 30 minutes a day. Easy. If you start now, you'll speak Spanish by the time you finish high school. Yeah, Zimmerman, they got the John Jones fight. Valentina Shevchenko's co-main event for that one. She's just gonna obliterate whoever she's facing. She always does. She's a freak, man. Ooh. Oh, they made that fight already? Zimmerman, I didn't even know this. They have the Adesanya fight, Yoel Romero for the 248. I knew that one was getting made at some point, but they have Robert Whitaker on that same card. Robert Whitaker versus Jared Cannonier. Damn, that's gonna be a good fight. Gabe said, "I have Duolingo. I just don't have the motivation." What do you mean? It's a little. I mean, I don't know. It's a little bit of language. It's not hard. You just start it up and just start doing it. You know. If you do one little lesson a day, it's only 5 minutes. I do the 4 lessons to complete the circle, the bubble, to complete the category. So it takes me about 20 to 30 minutes to do it. I do one a day. Yeah, all this is official. It's a Should work. You guys can even see that. So yeah, all this is official. It's on the, yeah, that's UFC 248. Israel, it's Adesanya Romero, Wiley Zhang versus Joanna Jacek, Whitaker versus Cannonier, Emily Whitmire versus Polyana Viana, and then the rest are kind of, I don't want to say no names, but kind of no names. And I don't think they have the UFC 249 yet. Oh, they do. Oof. That's the Nurmagomedov Ferguson fight. What's up, Josh? How you doing, man? What's up? Good to see you, man. Yeah, man, I'm doing good. How you doing? You're just keeping up with everything. How's class going? Oh, Gabe said, yeah, I guess try to make it a habit. Yeah, man, that's all you got to do is make it a habit. Just do a little bit every day. And you said one whole bubble to max gold every day. Yeah, I do one bubble to finish. Do 4 lessons to finish the bubble, and then you get the gold crown for that lesson. You could do it for 5 levels though. I don't do all 5 levels. Currently training for a half marathon and teaching music in Detroit. Definitely challenging. Keep it up, man. I can't do no half marathon because of my knee from the military. I ain't running no more. Yeah. I tried to do a jumping squat yesterday, and on the first rep, my left knee hurt so bad, so I just stopped. I immediately stopped, and I was like, all right, I can't do this. No jumping stuff for me. No jumping and no running. At least I might try to do a jog walk here when I start my cut, but pretty much it. Yeah, man. But good luck on that. I don't. That's 26 miles, right? That's way too long for me. The longest I've really ran. The longest I've ran is like 6, 7 miles. Is that 8 miles? Oh, have is 13.1. Okay. Oh, 26 is a full. Okay. That's still a long time. Yeah, because the most I've ran is like 7 or 8. So, and yeah, I mean, I've done longer distances, but it's not running. I'm more of like hiking, run, jog, run, jog. You said Zimmerman said, "Hey, is body recompositioning a thing?" Yes, it is a thing. Meaning, can you build muscle while eating at maintenance, or do you have to eat above maintenance? You can build muscle while eating at maintenance. You can. You don't have to eat above maintenance. Now, it's my opinion that if you're in an intelligent caloric surplus, like you're not eating crazy amount in surplus, if you're just in like a 300 to 500 calorie surplus, you're probably going to maximize muscle gain. But I wouldn't suggest going crazy. And you have to understand is like maintenance calories is all based on your calculations and whatever test is telling you how many calories you're burning. Why it might be a little bit bad to just go for maintenance though is because you're relying on a test of some sort. Even if it's an accurate test, it's still a test telling you how many calories you're burning. Now, hypothetically, let's just say you're actually in a deficit of 150 calories because the test is wrong and you're burning more than what it's saying. You're kind of walking a tightrope when you're at maintenance. You know, to me, eating in a slight surplus is giving you like a little bit of a buffer to make sure you're absolutely gaining muscle. Um, so yeah, so you can do that, but do I recommend doing that? Not really. I think that it's probably better just to be in a slight surplus during gaining phases. And then again, it's probably better just because you know you eat a little bit more food. That's always nice. But yeah, you can. If for a short answer, Gabe said, "Did you see the guy who ran a marathon on shorts?" Yeah, that's what he did. What was the pace he had to keep? 13 miles an hour. Yeah, I ain't doing that. Fuck that. I ain't. That's fast. That's really fast. What is what? How many? Let me do the math on that real quick. 13 miles per hour divided by. So this was this fool really running that fast? Yeah, so 13 miles per hour. Yeah, that's so fast. That is nuts. Why are you trying to? What are you trying to do, Zimmerman? Are you trying to? Are you trying to do that too? Recomp or trying to gain muscle or? So this fool was really running a 4 something minute mile. If I'm doing the math right, Gabe, that means that guy was running an average of like a 4:45 mile the entire time. Is that right? That is absolutely nuts. 440 mile time all the way through. What kind of free shit is that? Joshua said, I think his page changed slightly here and there. He also had a team that was helping him out a little. I mean, he did the work, but the team definitely made it easier. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, I count that, and the pace changed, but the average had to be 13 miles per hour, right? I mean, that's mathematically it had to be an average of, I think, 13 for him to have even done the pace that he did. So whether he sped up or gone slower, I mean, to me it doesn't really make a difference. Like how I'm viewing it. And then yeah, the team helping him, they're giving him probably like snacks or drink or like some drink. But I mean, even like 10 miles per hour is hard for me to keep up for a couple miles. The fastest I've ever ran anything was an 18-minute 3 mile. That was the fastest I ever ran. What's more impressive, running a marathon under 2 hours or deadlifting 500 kilograms? That's hard to say. Only one guy has done both. Eddie Hall's the only guy in history that's deadlifted 500 kilograms. Thor Bjornsson might do that at the upcoming Arnold event. I think he has it in him. The fool's big as shit. I really like Thor, but you never know. I mean, you get there if he gets injured. If it's hard to say, it's a lot of fucking weight. Eddie Hall was a freak too. Good work ethic, but great genetics as well. So that's hard to say. I mean, yeah, that's really I can't. I probably couldn't even pick. I mean, obviously, me being biased, I want to say the deadlift, but running a marathon, I'm not biased because I mean I've ran a lot. That's running a marathon. That is the bench pressing 242-pound dumbbells is definitely easier than running a marathon. Because even though I'll never be able to push those types of dumbbells, I'll never be able to run that marathon either. The 242-pound dumbbells have actually been done by multiple people, I think, I believe so. I know Eddie Hall can do it. I'm pretty sure Larry Wills can do it. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm sure Julius Maddox. I think that's his name. He can do that too with those dumbbells, no problem. He could easily do those dumbbells. That guy's benching over 700. So, do you think Eddie Hall beats Thor in a boxing match? See, that's what I don't know. Like, I really like Thor and I want Thor to win. I like Eddie too, but I like Thor more. But the thing is, people always keep saying Thor is bigger than Eddie. That doesn't matter in boxing. I've seen big ass people become a lop. You don't know until they get into the boxing ring. It's just not the same. If they're fighting each other, like I want Thor to win it. Honestly, that's good. That is, I don't. Eddie could win, but that is going to be a challenge, regardless if Eddie's better boxer. The height and reach advantage is going to be a challenge. I mean, Thor just outsized it. I think they said Eddie's 6'3", and Thor's like what 6'8", 6'9", and Thor outweighs him by like 60 pounds. That's. I haven't seen either of them box though, so. KSI versus Logan Paul. Ironically, I didn't even watch that. I hardly kept up with that. All I did was on their second fight, I just watched the post-fight interview. That was it. And then that one guy, whoever his name was, the guy that was with Logan Paul, kept bitching about the whole thing. Yeah. Who do you guys remember? Eddie Hall or Thor in a boxing match? We gonna have to bet on that one too, or what? You got Eddie Hall, or do you think Thor's gonna win? I mean, to be honest, I wish Thor wouldn't even. Uh, I wish Thor wouldn't even give it any attention. I would hate for him to try to box on the side and hurt himself. I mean, he's doing so good with his lifting right now in strongman. I don't think he should mess with it. I really don't. I think him messing with it's a bad idea. I think that if he just, that would be horrible if he kept trying to do it and then he ended up hurting himself doing um, you know, doing that and then ended up screwing himself over in strongman because he's not because he's injured because of the boxing. Now, I don't know, and then again, what if he goes in and like hypothetically, what if Eddie just knocks him out? Yeah, there was two fights, Joshua. There was two fights. The first one they had a draw. The second one I think was a split decision to KSI. But yep, there were two fights. There were two fights, and I didn't watch them. I know a lot of people who did, but they didn't look too um uh I don't there was nothing special about it. It was just a kind of a fight between people who, even though they're training, aren't like the best MMA fighters ever. So Gabe said, "Will there be any way to preview the programs? Because I don't think my parents would approve me to spend money on it." I don't know what you mean if you said MLM. My what do you mean preview? What do you mean? I could, yeah, I could, you know. I mean, do you have access to a gym, Gabe? Do you have access to a gym? Maybe at school, or do you go to a gym? The only podcast that I typically will listen to is the Joe Rogan podcast, but one that I've kind of been getting into for exercise is the Iron Culture podcast. So if you like listening to fitness podcasts, look up the Iron Culture podcast. Really good podcast. It's by Eric Helms and Omar Isuf. Other than that, no, not really into any podcast too much. Oh, I'm reading my research review, and in my research review, they have the audio roundtable. So it's kind of like a podcast, but they're short snippets of podcasts. Like each issue of the research review has like they cover like 9 studies, and they do a audio roundtable for each study, and all the roundtables end up being like over an hour of content for for one issue per month. So that's kind of like a podcast. So that would be so yeah, so my mass research review, mass is monthly applications and strength sport. I listen to audio on that, the Iron Culture podcast on YouTube, and I think there's other outlets. And then yeah, then Joe Rogan's podcast. Uh yeah, they're good. Are you looking for a specific podcast, Joshua, like an exercise one, or any podcast? Because I mean, I listen to gaming podcasts too, but I thought I'm assuming you meant fitness. Um, Gabe. Oh, and then yeah, if you have access to a gym, then that's what my programs are worth. They're only $49. When they come out, they're gonna be $49. I mean, it's just a way to maximize your gains in the gym, you know? Like, if your parents try to ask, what is it? Just say, well, I want to get the best gains in the gym. Say, there's certain things that come to a program, what reps you should do, what exercises you should do, what's like your certain rest period. How do you progress from, one week to the next? When do you go from a beginner to an intermediate, so if your parents ask you, say that's what it is. I mean, if they say no, man, I mean, that sucks. I'm sorry. I could like maybe do like a demo for like the table of contents, or show them what it's about, so they can be like, oh, okay, that's what it is. It's fitness stuff. But yeah, because again, if you don't have a plan, you're just going into the gym kind of blindsided, and you can't make the best gains. It's pretty much what it is. But yeah, just talk to them, let them know that's what it is. It's just a way to make the best gains, and you want to be the most fit. You want to be healthy. You want to be strong, and you don't want to waste your time in the gym, because a lot of people end up spinning their wheels. That's what they call it. They spin their wheels for years. Yeah, and Gabe, the thing is too, I'll probably when they drop, I'm probably gonna do like a raffle or something. I'll probably end up doing a raffle, and to see who can win a free program. I'll probably maybe give up to 3 away for free or something. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. It might be like randomly on a live stream, or I might do it randomly through my newsletter on my website. So if someone signed up to my newsletter, I might pick a person random or something to see who wins. But yeah, so you might be able to get one that way too. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it, and then I have to be fair about it. So I gotta pick people based off of random. It's just gonna be random. So whether I put a number generator and pick a number, and then assign the number to everyone, and then pick them like that. So Joshua said, not particularly, just curious what you're into. I really like podcasts while I'm driving. What did you think of the Game Changers Rofin episode? If you heard, saw it, I didn't hear it or see it. Um, I haven't watched the Game Changers yet. That's the vegan documentary, right? Oh yeah, that is the vegan documentary. Now, the only problem, I didn't watch it. Everyone keeps asking me to watch it. I would hate to watch it and see a lot of misinformation, because I think that's the last thing that we need to do as vegans, is put out wrong information. I haven't watched it. Like, what did I see? I seen someone on Facebook one time arguing for veganism, and I'm all for arguing for veganism. I do it all the time. I'm 100% pro vegan. I'll never shy away from it. I don't avoid it when it comes up. But I seen one person saying that the the strongest man in the world and Mr. Olympia were vegan, because they knew one bodybuilder that was vegan, that was apparently like an IFBB pro or something. I don't even think the guy was IFBB pro. And then the other guy was Patrick Baboumian. I love Patrick Baboumian, and he holds numerous records. He's a very great strongman. But I told the person, like, look, you could have done the easiest research. You could have looked. You could have took 2 seconds to look this up. Mr. Olympia is definitely not vegan, and the strongest man in the world is not vegan. And the lady is just like, oh yeah, I made a mistake, and I'm like, that was like, that's not, you're fucking up. We already have an uphill battle being vegans. Don't fuck it up for us more. So I would hate to see like the documentary. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm not saying this is the case, but I would hate to see it and there be a bunch of like bad information in it and not true information, because then it's only hurting our case more. So I haven't heard it, but I mean watched it. I need to see it, but no, I didn't see that episode about that podcast episode. No. Mm-mm. Gabe Gaming says, sounds like a plan. I really respect your info, and you're the main guy I follow fitness. I just want to get. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I do. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just all science, and it's, yeah. There's, again, that's why I'm only charging $49 for them, because for like a pre-made program like that, it's, it's good money, and it's good for the money, but it's also good for the effectiveness for people, who can get in-person training. And yeah, and that's what it is. It's just about seeing the best results. I want to see the best results. I remember that I've made all these mistakes too in the past. I remember when before I used to have a horrible deadlift, and I kept trying to get three. I remember I had a training cycle where I was aiming to get 315 on deadlift. I tried and tried. I remember I did the training. I finished my whole, I think it was a 12-week cycle. Then I went into the gym. I did my deload. Then the next week I went into the gym to test. And I went to test for a 315 deadlift. I could not get the 315 deadlift. I remember trying and trying. I couldn't even budge it off the ground. It wouldn't even move. I was so pissed because my entire training cycle was built up to this point, at least, to help me get this 315 deadlift. And I had been doing sumo deadlift this whole time. So when I was testing and I couldn't get it in sumo, I was so desperate. I was like, okay, let me just try conventional. Just because I had not been training conventional, I was like, I'm just gonna try conventional because I really wanted to get it. I tried it, I got it up like an inch, and I couldn't get it. I was so pissed. I probably tried 10 times within an hour just to get that weight, which trying again and again and again isn't gonna change anything. I just wasn't strong enough. Then I remember I learned more about fitness, and this was years ago. I learned more about fitness and programming and periodization, and then I did another training cycle. And then I remember testing this time, and I was like super anxious to try the 315, and I remember doing the 315, and I did it, and the weight flew up, and I was so surprised. I was like, oh my god, that weight flew up. And I remember thinking like, I couldn't even budget last time. And then I was like, well, let's go to 325. I remember hitting 325, and I got that, and I just kept psyching myself. I was like, this is crazy. And then I kept going up. I ended up getting a 365 that day, but that was like the first time I realized. I was like, okay, so programming is a lot more important than people make it out to be, and that's why I'm close to a 500. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad. Thanks, man. I appreciate the love. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's all just a science, and it's it's a lot of stuff you got to manage. You got to manage recovery, which there's tools to manage that. Then you got to manage volume to maximize the gains, but then you got to think about volume in the sense of recovery. Rest periods not too complicated, but they still matter. Too many people take short rest periods these days, way too short. um yeah, I mean, it's a lot, but yeah, Gabe. So I'll let you know how that comes out. Let you know how the process is with the what I'm gonna do with the raffle, whether it's gonna be through my mailing list, or whether it's gonna be through a live stream, or whether it's gonna be, maybe I'll quiz everyone or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll quiz everyone. Maybe I'll do a live stream and I'll quiz them, and then I'll do like a giveaway. But that way, I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll do it some way, so I can give away a couple programs for free when they all drop. But that won't be till July 1st. So they'll drop then, and then they'll uh, uh they'll all be ready. But yeah, until then. Is there a negative effect to long rest periods? You mean too long rest periods or just long rest periods? Longer rest periods than what people are used to, which most people rest like 30 seconds, a minute. That's too short in my opinion, and that's what the science has pretty shown. I think there's only one study that showed superior hypertrophy for a minute rest periods versus 2 minute rest periods, when there's a lot more that studies that show the opposite. The longer rest periods are better for hypertrophy. But if you're talking about like too long, like 2 to 2.5, oh no negative. No, not for 2 to 2.5. No, only positives from what I no. The negatives, you would have to rest a really long time to start seeing some negatives. Uh, Now, some people will try to make an argument that like metabolic stress is a way to induce hypertrophy, but to my knowledge, and I'm pretty sure of this, there's no studies that show that metabolic stress in and of itself induces hypertrophy. It induces hypertrophy when there is not mechanical tension also involved. So essentially, that metabolic stress is more like a, how do I say, like a byproduct, of lifting, then it is more of an inducer to muscular hypertrophy. It may have additive effects with mechanical tension, but by itself, it does not induce hypertrophy. So what I'm trying to say is no, there is no, to my knowledge, and what I would argue, and what the science says, there's no negative benefits to 2 to 2.5 rest periods. Now that might be unnecessary for some exercises. You could probably maybe get like do 90 seconds rest periods on some arm exercises, but doing 2 to 2.5 minutes instead isn't going to be negative. Now, if you start going crazy and doing like 7, 8, 9 minute rest periods or something like that, consistently, you might start having cooling down effects. And then there's some other effects on like motor unit recruitment, which it's too complicated to get into right now. But there are probably negative effects in regards to the amount of mechanical tension you're putting on muscle fibers with high rep training when you wait too long for a rest period. Which I don't want to get into all that right now. That's I'm still learning too. So some of this it's pretty complex to me. But yeah, I'm constantly. I was reading an article on that the other day on Myo Journal, and it's good articles, really good articles. But yeah, I wouldn't say no. No, that's good. All my rest periods are like 2 to 5 minutes. I don't do anything less than 2 minutes. Nothing. Nope. And I've made the best gains ever doing that. So if someone wants to go a little shorter, that's fine. But I would definitely not go less than a minute. Definitely. And for compound lifts, the big ones like squat, bench, dead, I would not go less than at a very minimum. And this is pushing it, but a very minimum of 90 seconds. Very minimum. I'd prefer for 2 minutes for most people. 2 to 5 minutes is the best range. Higher for your big compounds like deadlifts and squats. Those things. Bench press, you could maybe go like less than that, but you know, your arms and your lateral raises and basically your isolation movements, you can go a little shorter, 1 to 2 minutes, somewhere around there. Not less than one though. So that's what I would say on that. Yeah, rest periods are they're pretty simple. I still think people screw them up, but they're pretty simple. So yeah, rest periods are simple. Tempo is pretty simple, but people still screw that up. Tempo, a lot of people screw that up. A lot of people do it right though too. And then you have frequency is one too. Frequency is a good one. Frequency is a good topic. All of these are good topics, and that's why I like exercise science. It keeps improving. We keep getting more and more evidence to things. Things that we didn't think before are now coming to light, and they're showing us some new shit. A lot more new stuff. A lot more new stuff. That's all I want. I kind of want to get back into college. I'm kind of missing school a little bit. You just gotta have an open mind, man. You can be just as smart in your craft. How old are you again? 14? You could be just as smart at anything you want to do, man. When I was 14, to be honest, all I was fucking doing, I don't even want to say some of the stuff I was doing. I'm not trying to corrupt you here. But I was doing shit I wasn't supposed to be doing, and I was playing way too many video games. Now, I love video games, and they will always be in my life. But it sucks because I wish I could go back and tell myself to just do a little bit of something, a little bit. Like for you, Gabe, you don't even need to do that much. Just do 10 minutes of Spanish a day. 10 minutes is this much of your day. You take 10 minutes, do some Spanish, bam, you'll be fluent in it. And that can give you better job offers. I mean, it does a lot. If you take 10 minutes here and there to work on shit, I wish I would have told myself that. I could have been fluent, you know? But you just gotta be open minded, and you gotta know when you're wrong. You gotta be very self aware. I don't ever try to act like I know everything in fitness. The day that I think that I know everything is the day that I'm full of shit. You can't sit there and think that you gotta keep learning. I'm always learning. I'm always reading. I'm being humbled consistently by learning something new. And I'm like, damn, I thought this was the case when it's not really the case. It's this. Or I learned something else and I'm like, oh geez. Or this guy has such a complicated article to read it. It's hard to read all of this, or it's so you just gotta put that knowledge as a priority. Oh, see, if you're taking a Spanish class, you don't even need to do that much Duolingo. Remember, it's about consistency. So you don't even need to do it that often. If you're taking Spanish, if you just do like, I'm not joking, just they have when you open Duolingo, they have the setting how much you want to do a day. Put it on the light setting or something or normal. It's like 10 minutes a day. Just change the setting. It's like here, let me. I think you have Duolingo, but just in case you don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, see, just your daily goal. They have your daily goal. Switch it to casual. Switch it to casual for 10 experience a day or regular. Don't do serious or intense. I'm doing intense because I'm not taking a Spanish class right now. If you're taking a Spanish class, you don't need to do intense. Just switch it to casual or normal, and then combine the two, and you'll learn Spanish a lot. But just try to do little things that are gonna help you later on in the future. Start learning about taxes, man. I'm telling you right now, start learning about taxes. Learn how to do your taxes because it's shit's gonna bite you in the ass. I wish I would have learned how to do taxes. Start when you get money, when you start working, whenever that is. If it's at the end of high school, start saving money. Open up a little savings account. Put money away. Like shit. If I would have saved the money all the way from 18 to now, I would have been set. I would have had my own house right now. You know. So just yeah, just and if you have this mindset towards everything, you'll be the best. It is. Finance is nuts. It's crazy. You know. So just so yeah, just I mean, if you keep that mindset and that attitude for everything, just trying to be very self-aware, work hard, and don't ever be confident in what you know, but don't ever act like you know everything. Because if you think you know everything in the field, that's the day you stop learning, and then that's not good. So yeah, I mean, whatever you like, Gabe, just take your time with it. Take your time finding out what you like. Because last time we talked about this, I think you said you haven't figured out what you want to do, right? That's what you told me. Okay. Then yeah, I mean, just take your time with figuring out what you want. Take your time with it, and once you figure that out, just put your heart and soul into it. And your main thing is just be consistent. Don't try to do too much at the beginning. If you do a little bit to a medium amount more often, that's better than doing a lot here and then not doing it for a while. So just keep learning, man. Have you found anything that's interests you since last time we talked, or still no? No rush. I'm just asking. You could just I yeah, I always think about how I just got. Okay, that's cool. You're gonna take your time. You got nothing but time. Like I said, in the meantime, if you start working, save money. So whenever you do find out what you want to do, you're set. I feel like I kind of got lucky with the fitness stuff because I always just oh, you said it'll come eventually, not even in high school yet. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. Have that positive mindset like that. Um, yeah, I had no idea what I want to do. I didn't know what I want to do till I was like 20. So yeah, 20. It was like I was like 20 to 21. 20, yeah, about 20 is when I think I was 20. I figured out what I wanted to do. Um, I think I just turned 20. I was like 20 and a half. So I've been training for about 7 years. So yeah, learning about fitness and exercise science for 7 years, something like that. So yeah, I mean, you got nothing but time. I would just focus on school, and then yeah, just whenever you come across something that you like, just uh keep it in the back of your mind. Maybe keep learning about it, reading about it, whether that be science or English or something. I would just keep that in the back of your mind and see if you eventually like it. But I mean, in the meantime, if you're working, saving money, whenever you do start working, I know you're still kind of young, but if you start working at the end of high school or in high school, then you could just keep saving. Put away that money. Like I said, I started a savings account today, so that's nice. I'm gonna start putting away money, and my goal is by the time I'm 31 to between 30 and 35, so within three to 8 years, I want to have my house. I want to own a house. So I want to own a house, man. Do you have any long life goals, Gabe? Like owning a house or something like that? Oh, you have a plan to save 10% every paycheck? That's a good plan. Shit. If you're making $300, put $30 away. Check. You have to remember, I don't know how your parents are. I mean, depending on your parents, they might take half your check for bills. And that's, I mean, when you start working, that's fair. I mean, the shit happens to them. Oh, yeah, I know I won't be able to. I just got to be dedicated. Like I said, I went down to the college today to start figuring out that stuff with all of that. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I'm motivated. Sometimes you'll have your ups and downs with life, but I mean, I'm motivated. And even when I'm not motivated, I still push myself to do stuff. Oh, they're not like that. Okay, okay, that's cool. Then if you start working, man, you could put a lot away. If you're living with them and you're making checks, you could probably put more than 10% away, man. To be honest, whenever you start working, trust me. When the money comes, you'll be like, "What do I do with it?" I mean, you'll probably want to get a car. Hopefully, your parents will co-sign for you. Um, yeah. But yeah, I know some parents just do that just to kind of teach their kids a lesson, not in a bad way. I think it could be a good lesson. But you know, letting them keep the money is also nice too. Your main goal is to be the first in your family to finish college. You mean like finishes in like bachelor's degree or like PhD or masters or do you mean like just like a associates like a AA or? Yeah, I definitely wanna finish too. I need to I definitely need to finish. I want to get my PhD in the long term, but that's gonna be hard. You're not sure of the specifics of what I'm going to, so when I get there, but just know I've completed what I need. Yeah, and that's like I said, you still got time. Uh, just take your time with it. Don't rush it. I mean, again, a lot of people don't even know what they're doing into their 30s and 40s. So I mean, the fact that you're even considering this like realm of thought at such a young age, that's amazing. Just always have in the back, be aware of the stuff that you're doing, the hobbies that you do. I mean, one day it to me like fitness just hit me like a brick wall. Again, I was helping a friend doing I was doing an ab workout, and one of my friends saw me, and this was when I was in the Marine Corps. He asked me if I could show him how to do it. I showed him how to do it. I watched him do it one time, and then he's like, "All right, cool." And then like I remember like 2 3 weeks later, he comes back to me and just asked me like, "Hey man, I seen my abs." I was like, I was so happy, and like he's like, "I'm starting to see him a little bit," and he was super excited, and like I don't know, it just hit me right when he said that. I was like, "Damn, that felt pretty good for helping him." And then I was like, "Shit, maybe I want to do something like that." And then I started looking up fitness stuff. I started looking up working out, and I started looking up that's why I started looking up being a personal trainer, and then boom, ever since then it stuck. It's been my niche for a bit. So yeah, I mean, one day, maybe in high school, maybe earlier, maybe a little bit later, you might just be doing something that might hit you. You might find out that you like science, or you might find out that you like English, or you might find out that music ends up being your favorite thing. You might find out that you like being, in computer science or something. It's all up for open for you, man. That's tight, and some like I said, it just some people it takes a little bit later, some people it comes a little bit earlier, but whatever it is, just don't get discouraged if it takes you a little bit longer. I went into the military not knowing shit, so I didn't know what I wanted to do. That's maybe one small part of the reason why I went in the military, but I also wanted a challenge, and I definitely got a challenge, 100%. What do you got planned for the rest of the day, Gabe? You got some homework to do? You got school tomorrow? How is it to be back in school off your winter break? I remember I hated getting off winter break. Just have to finish some homework. School's still the same. Yep. J and CB. I got a question for you, man. What's up, man? You got a real question or a troll question? Do you do any video reactions? No, I do not. I do not do any video reactions. Nope. You mean like how they have the YouTubers do like song reactions or like the reaction channels for music? You mean like that? I don't do anything like that now. This is just a finished. Do I make a lot of money on YouTube? No, I do not. Now, okay, I'll rephrase that. I do not, but every once in a while, I'm able to make money because I'm a personal trainer and someone will come to me for training. So it depends. Most of the time, no, but there will be a month I might indirectly kind of make like $1,000 off YouTube or something. And because I'm gonna drop some training programs July 1st, for those of you who want a fitness program, um, I'm assuming, I might, I'm gonna make money off that. It just depends on like what you sell, Jay. If you're selling like online training or something, you can make money that way. If you're selling training programs that are cheaper, you can make money that way. Like I'm gonna start selling training programs that are $49 a pop. They're gonna be real good video demonstrations, everything, good periodization in them, everything. They're gonna be good. You can recycle them, do them over and over. And once you kind of tap out the potential gains you can out of that program, you move to the next one. Um, so yeah, why are you trying to start a YouTube? I mean, work with a YouTube channel. Are you trying to make money or what? It'll probably take you a while to make a lot of if you're trying to make money through ads or something, it'll probably take you a long time to do something like that. Oh yeah, you're gonna need a lot more subs. If you're look the you in the last couple of years, the YouTube algorithm has changed. It's not what it used to be. If you're not like, how do I say this? There are some channels who are just on the up and up. Some of these channels are reaction channels, music reaction channels, like how do I say it? Like um laid back DFR is a YouTube channel reaction channel that I watched. No Life Shack is a reaction channel that I watched. Law Twins. All those channels are on the up and up. Reaction channels are like the new one of the new big things. They're way going up and up and up. Well, what is your channel about? What are you trying to do? What's your what's your shtick? Make songs as in like, are you teaching people how to make songs, or are you showing like what do you mean? Like, can you be more specific? Oh, okay. You've only had it for 3 days. Gabe's right. There are all those videos that say that I'll get recommended them, and then I'll look in the comments, and then someone says, "All right, guys, hi, however you are, I'll see you guys in another 4 years," and then the comment will have a ton of likes. The algorithm is just weird, man. YouTube is weird now. It's like not predictable at all. Like back when it first came out, it was super predictable. If you put out good content related to something, you're gonna get views. If the content was good and you were putting out good videos and you had a lot of videos to put out, you're gonna get views. This day and age, that doesn't work. Good content videos is just not enough. You have to have, I mean, it's a lot of shit. You gotta, it's hit and miss. You gotta hit a right certain market at the right time, and then either your shit blows up or it doesn't. But yeah, JNCB, it's a lot of work. I've only been really consistent this last year, and even this year, I've had a few periods where I wasn't consistent. Well, the main thing is you want your content to have a point. So you need to find out exactly why you're making a channel. My channel, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you go to my channel, it says gain muscle, get stronger, manage weight. It's for hypertrophy and strength. So if you want to get stronger or you want to gain muscle or if you need tips on how to gain or lose weight. That's what all my videos are centered on. I don't do anything else. You don't go to my channel thinking I'm going to teach you how to do Olympic lifting. Like, you don't go to my channel thinking I'm going to teach you. I'm not an advanced body weight training channel. That's not my shtick. So you need to have your channel needs to have a clear purpose. You know, what are you trying to do? The second thing is you got to have good thumbnails on all your videos. Yes, it's a tip channel, but like a tutorial channel. So like JNCB, if you work out, if you have any questions on working out, like you can ask me anything about working out. You know, anything fitness related. That's what I do. I mean, you can go to any thumbnail maker. Do you have a phone? You can do download the um download InShot. It's an app. InShot, INSHOT. You can download InShot. Download any. Look in the App Store. Just look up the App Store and look up YouTube thumbnail maker. I'm sure it'll pop up. Or if you have money, you can do PicMonkey. I use PicMonkey. iPad phone, yeah, just go to your app store, man, and look up YouTube thumbnails. You can upload and shoot videos from iPad, iPhones, these day and age. All my videos, my last like 20 videos, 10 videos have all been on my phone. So you can do everything from a phone, man. You don't even need a PC anymore, but you said you have one, so that's cool. InShot, INSHOT, InShot. So it's spelled like that, InShot. You should find it in your no problem. Cool. But J and CB, check that out. I'm gonna have another stream on Friday, so come back, subscribe to my channel, man. Subscribe to my channel, click the notifications. Come back on Friday. Let me know how that works. But I'm about to go. I gotta take care of some stuff. But thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Gabe, thank you for stopping by. Like always, you're an OG. Thank you, Joshua. It was nice talking to you again. I'm glad everything's going good with you. Stephanie, thank you for stopping by, being a weirdo like you always are. Zimmerman, thanks for the questions, man. And Masvidal is going to destroy Usman. I'll take your bets. Ernesto, maybe good luck on trying to get me next time. Sorry, you couldn't get me this time. No problem, man. JNCB, that's good. Try it out. It's a good app. Thanks, man. I'll see you on Friday for sure. You know, keep in touch. Stay positive, Gabe. And yep, Jay, let me know how that works. Try it out. Try other apps too. Bro, why you gotta tell everyone my secret, Rhinor? Hey, just so you guys know, Rhinor, he has a glory hole wherever he lives at. Find out by clicking on his channel. He has a glory hole where you can just give it to him in his ass all day. It's a 24/7 glory hole. He takes dumps on the daily. No problem, Jay. I'll see you later. Just everyone remember, just stay away from Rhinor. Just don't go near him. Don't go near him. Stay away from him. I mean, he's contagious. That's all the tips I'm giving you. All right, I'll see you guys later.